Hello everyone, we are the students of class 9A are here to present a documentary video about Maharashtra. In this video, we are going to explain about the diversity, temples, culture, nature, climate and the cuisine of Maharashtra. We would like to thank Sri Ganesh Sukla sir for giving us a prestigious opportunity for presenting the video on this topic. So let's get started.
Maharashtra is the third largest state of India. It has a long history of Marathi saints of Varakari religious movement such as Dhyaneshwar, Namdev, Chokhamela, Eknath and Tukaram, which forms the one of basis of the culture of Maharashtra or Marathi culture. Maharashtra had huge influence over India under the 17th century king Shivaji of the Maratha Empire and his concept of Hindavi Swarajya, which translates to self-rule of people.
Maharashtra is the most industrialized state in India and the state's capital Mumbai is India's financial and commercial hub. The state has played a significant role in the country's social and political life and widely considered as leader in the terms of agricultural and industrial production, trade and transport and education. Maharashtra is one of the most developed and prosperous Indian states and continues to be the single largest contributor to the national economy with a share of 15% in the country's GDP. The economy of Maharashtra is the largest in India with a gross state domestic product GSDP of rupees 28.78 trillion and has the country's 13th highest GSTB per the capita of rupees 207727. Maharashtra is the 15th highest ranking among Indian states in Human Development Index.
Prior to Indian independence, Maharashtra was chronologically ruled by the Satyavahana dynasty, Rashtrakutas dynasty, Western Chalukyas, Deccan Sultanates, Mughals and Marathas, and the British. Ruins, monuments, tombs, forts, and places of worship left by these rulers are dotted around the state. The state is home to two UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Ajanta and Ellora Caves. Pune is also known as the Oxford of the East due to the presence of several well-known educational institutions. Nasik is known as the wine capital of India as it has the largest number of wineries and vineyards in the country.
About 79% of Maharashtrians are Hindu, and there are significant Muslim, Christian, and Buddhist minorities. The Maharashtrian culture consists of people from all a vast majority of religions. Due to it being huge area-wise, many sub-regional cultures also exist in Maharashtra. The sub-region of Vidarbha was earlier a part of Madhya Pradesh. Hence, it was that influence upon its culture. There are many temples in Maharashtra, some of which are thousands of years old. These temples are constructed in a fusion of architectural styles borrowed from North and South India. The temples also blend themes from Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cultures. The temple of Vitthal at Pandharpur is the most important temple for the Varaki sect. Other important religious places are the Ashtavinayaka temples of Lord Ganesh and Bhimasankar, which is one of the Jyotirling, means 12 important Shiva temples.
Maharashtrian or Marathi cuisine is the cuisine of the Marathi people from the Indian state of Maharashtra. It has distinctive attributes. While sharing much with other Indian cuisines, traditionally Maharashtrians have considered their food to be more austere than others. Maharashtrian cuisine includes mild and spicy dishes, wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, vegetables, lentils, and fruits are dietary staples. Peanuts and cashews are often served with vegetables. Meat was traditionally used sparsely or only by the well-off until recently because of the economic conditions and culture. The urban population in metropolitan cities of the state has been influenced by cuisine from other parts of India and abroad.
For example, the Udupi dishes idli and dosa, as well as Chinese and Western dishes, are quite popular in home cooking and in restaurants. Since they occupy a vast area in distinct geographical differences and food availability, the Marathi people from different regions have produced a diverse cuisine. The diversity extends to the family level because each family uses its own unique combination of spices and ingredients. The majority of Maharashtrians are not averse to eating meat, fish, and eggs. However, the staple diet for most people is mostly lacto-vegetarian. Many communities, such as the Brahmins or the Varkari sect members, only follow the lacto-vegetarian diet.
The traditional staple food on Desh, which is the Deccan Plateau, is usually bhakri, spiced cooked vegetables, dal and rice. However, North Maharashtrians and urbanites prefer roti or chapati, which is a plain bread made with wheat. Staple dishes in the cuisine are based on a variety of flatbreads and rice. Flatbreads can be wheat based, such as the traditional trigonal ghadichi podi or the round chapati that is more common in urban areas. Bhakri is an unleavened bread made using grains such as ragi or millet, bajra or jwari, and bhakri forms part of daily meals in rural areas. Traditionally, the staple grains of the inland Deccan Plateau have been millets, jwari, and bajra. These crops grow well in this dry and drought-prone region. In the coastal Konkan region, the finger millet called ragi is used for bhakri. The staple meal of the rural poor was traditionally as simple as bajra bhakri, accompanied by just a raw onion, a dry chutney, or a gram flour preparation called dhulka. Dhulka with bhakri has now become popular street food in Maharashtra.
With increased urbanization of the Maharashtra region has increased wheat's popularity. Wheat is used for making flatbreads called chapati, triangular poli, the deep fried version called puri or thick paratha, which is also used in many stuffed flatbreads such as puran poli, wool poli with sesame and jaggery stuffing, the satoria with sugar and khoya mixed dried milk. Rice is a staple food in rural areas of coastal Konkan region, but it also have been popular in western Maharashtra. In most instances, rice is boiled on its own and becomes a part of a meal that includes other items. A popular dish is varan bhat, where steamed rice is mixed with plain dal that is prepared with pigeon peas, lemon juice, salt, and ghee. Khichdi is a popular rice dish made with rice and moong dal and recipes. For special occasions, a dish called masale bhat made with rice, spices, and vegetables is popular. Milk is popular as a staple food. Both cow and water buffalo milk are popular. Milk is used mainly for drinking, to add to tea or coffee, or to make homemade dahi. Traditionally, yogurt is made every day using previous day's yogurt as a starting bacterial culture to ferment the milk. The dahi is used as dressing for many salad or kothimber dishes. The prepared curry to prepare cultured buttermilk, or as a side dish in a thali. Buttermilk is used in a drink called matha by mixing it with spices. It may also be used in curry preparations. Milk is also a deep requisite ingredient for butter and ghee.
With Sayadri ranges running along the coast of Maharashtra, the state is geographically divided into two regions: the Konkan coastal plains, which are paddy fields and coconut gardens, and the great river basins formed by the rivers flowing out from the western Ghats. Agriculture is the mainstay of the state of Maharashtra. It is the main occupation of the people. Almost 82% of the rural population depends on agriculture for livelihood. Both food crops and cash crops are grown in the state. The main food crops of Maharashtra are mangoes, grapes, bananas, oranges, wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, and pulses. Cash crops include groundnut, cotton, sugarcane, turmeric, and tobacco. The state experiences tropical conditions and rainfall is particularly concentrated to the Konkan and the hilly Sayadri region. The rain pattern differs from region to region. Central Maharashtra experiences scattered rainfall. Almost one third area receives scanty rainfall and is always in the grip of water scarcity and drought. Per Maharashtra state agriculture portal, the state has 24% of drought prone areas of the country. Per reports, as high as 99 talukas in the state are chronically drought affected. Topography and the geology of the region is such that groundwater resources are limited, and in groundwater rich areas overextraction of groundwater has been observed with emphasis on cash crops such as sugarcane, bananas, grapes, and oranges. The total irrigated area which has been used for crop cultivation is 33,500 square kilometers. That makes it only 18% of gross cropped area. Cashing in on its strengths, Maharashtra state has been focusing on high value horticulture rather than staple crops. Large areas of the state have been brought under fruit and vegetable cultivation, which present tremendous export potential and have added to the treasury of the state. Agri-export zones have been developed to market the produce. In recent years, Maharashtra has become the largest producer of onions, 63%, banana, 75%, mandarin oranges, 75%, tomatoes, 42%, pomegranates, Alfonso mangoes, 90%, and seedless grapes, 78%. The state leads the sugar industry sector with about 150 productive cooperative sugar mills. Maharashtra is the first state to adopt dry land farming technology with the mission to help its farmers. Farmers are being trained on the new techniques for farming, pond irrigation, micro irrigation, intercropping, double cropping, etc. In addition to providing them with improved short duration yield seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. This technology transfer from the agricultural universities to the farmers is evident from the high yields. The state is also a pioneer in cooperative water use associations. It stands first in the country with more than 60% area under drip irrigation. Efficient management of rainwater and soil conservation is done to boost agricultural production from dry lands. The agricultural growth has increased to 1.97%. To make things more accessible to the farmers, the interest rate for the loans has been decreased to 6%. A very important problem is the dependence on rainfall. To lessen the dependence, irrigation facilities have been extended to an additional area of 1.5 lakh hectares. To provide relief to stressed farmers who have been affected by the drought conditions, Rupees 5,200 crore has been sanctioned by the central government. This has been done to 6 districts of the Vidarbha region. To compensate, the crop losses rupees 367 crore has been granted to the poor farmers. Apart from the stringent actions have been taken on 2008-21 illegal money lenders. Research on agriculture and agricultural products needs to be conducted to tackle the diverse agroclimatic differences. Apart from the transport and communication services, infrastructure development in the rural area has helped in developing the agricultural production of the state.
Mumbai is the major port in Maharashtra, which led to flourishing trade and industrial development since 17th century AD. Major national highways, railway passes through state, aiding the in first movement of goods and peoples. The state has also added to the road network connecting district places to major trading ports and cities. Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur are the major airports in the state. Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport was recorded as the busiest single runaway airport in the world. Two new airports, one each in Navi Mumbai and Pune, are proposed to be constructed. Although its population makes Maharashtra one of the country's largest energy users, conservation mandates, mild weather in the largest population centers and strong environmental movements have kept its per capita energy use to one of the smallest of any Indian state. The high electricity demand of the state constitutes 13% of the total installed electricity generation capacity in India, which is mainly from fossil fuels such as coal and natural gas. There are large coal production facilities in Chandpur district. The Vidarbha region of the state is known as to have significant coal reserves. Mumbai high the offshore oil field 165 kilometers off the coast of Mumbai accounted for a significant percentage crude oil production in India. Maharashtra is India's leading industrial state, contributing 13% of national industrial output. 64.14% of the people are employed in agriculture and allied activities. Almost 46% of the GSDP is contributed by the industry. Maharashtra has had a long history in textile, with Mumbai being the original home of India's textile mills. Solapur, Ichhakaranji, Melgaon, and Bhiwandi are some of the cities known for the textile industry today.
The government of Maharashtra is conducted within a framework of parliamentary government with a bicameral legislature consisting of the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly and the Maharashtra Legislative Council. The Legislative Assembly, which is also called as Vidhan Sabha, is the lower chamber and consists of 288 members who are elected for 5-year terms. There are 25 and 29 seats reserved for the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and others, respectively. The Legislative Council, which is also called as Vidhan Parishad, is the upper chamber and is a permanent body of 78 members. The government of Maharashtra is headed by the Chief Minister, who is chosen by the party or alliance with a majority of members in the Legislative Assembly. The Chief Minister, along with the Council of Ministers, drives the legislative agenda and exercises most of the executive powers. However, the constitutional and formal head of the state is the governor, who is appointed for a 5-year term by the President of India on the advice of the Union government. Maharashtra elects members to both chambers of the Indian Parliament. Representatives to India's lower chamber, the Lok Sabha, are elected by adult universal suffrage and a first past the post system. to represent their respective constituencies. They hold their seats for 5 years or until the body is dissolved by the President on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Representatives to the upper chamber, the Rajya Sabha, are elected indirectly by the Vidhan Sabha members. Maharashtra elects 48 members out of 543 total elected members of the Lok Sabha and 19 out of 233 elected members of the Rajya Sabha. And now, let's have a quick look of the whole Mumbai in just a couple of seconds.